Let's start off by first addressing the rumor that refuses to die. Bees, cannabis, THC honey. Social media will have you believe bees are floating through hemp fields, getting absolutely pollinated out of their minds, then flying home to whip up a batch of psychoactive honey. Sounds sweet. Sounds viral. Sounds way too buzzworthy to be true. So today we're separating what's actually happening in nature from what's just getting people high on misinformation. Because the real story is way more interesting than the myth and way more important. This video is going to show you 8 different lies and misconceptions about THC/CBD honey and teach you 12 to 15 genuinely new insights. Hemp is wind-pollinated, not insect-pollinated. That means no nectar, no floral bribes, no evolutionary deal with bees. Hemp plants produce huge amounts of pollen, released into the air for weeks at a time, especially in late summer. Think less honeymoon suite, more pollen dust storm. So if hemp doesn't offer nectar, why do bees show up anyway? Because when other flowers clock out for the season, hemp is still open. And bees are nothing if not resourceful little freelancers chasing that protein paycheck. Bees don't come to hemp to get high. They come to get fed. Field studies in places like Colorado show that honeybees are the most frequent visitors. Nearly half of bee visits come from longhorn bees. Bumblebees, digger bees, and multiple solitary bee families show up too. Late summer is a pollen drought. Hemp shows up like, y'all still hungry? So yes, bees collect hemp pollen. They're not partying, they're surviving. No nectar, just protein. Or as the bees would say, we're not here to get lit, we're here to get our brood fed. Here's where it gets biological. Healthy colonies depend on high quality, diverse pollen. Protein feeds larvae. Fatty acids prep honeycomb cells. And nutrition directly affects gene expression. Genes like AMILP1, growth and metabolism, BRP, neural function and behavior, vitellogenin, VG, longevity, immunity, and stress resistance. When bees eat well, these genes express properly. When they don't, colonies weaken. Hemp pollen helps during scarcity, but it's nutritionally incomplete. It sustains bees, it doesn't optimize them. So hemp isn't a miracle superfood. It's more like a late night snack that keeps you alive, not thriving. Still, better a snack than starvation. Short answer, no. Long answer, still no, but with science. Bees do not have cannabinoid receptors, no endocannabinoid system, no THC lock for the key to fit into. So bees cannot experience intoxication, euphoria, or psychoactive effects. No buzzing enlightenment. No transcendental honeycomb visions. No bee Woodstock. If anything, cannabinoids are just foreign molecules to them. So when people ask, do bees get high? The real answer is, bees don't get high, they just stay busy. Here's where things get misunderstood. Even though bees don't get high, cannabinoids can still be detected in bee products. Why? Because of biological transformation. When bees forage pollen, phytochemicals from plants can be transferred. Compounds like CBD, THC, and CBN can be detected in stored pollen. These compounds can appear in hive materials. That doesn't mean bees are manufacturing THC honey. It means plants speak chemistry, and bees accidentally carry the message. Or put simply, the bees aren't baking edibles, they're just handling ingredients. THC honey is a human invention. Bees didn't cook it up. They didn't get baked doing it either. Hemp has real ecological value, low pesticide demand, late season pollen supply, possible reductions in varroa mite pressure, economic benefits for farmers, but scale changes everything. When hemp flowers, bees are active, pests are active, pesticide timing becomes dangerous. Spraying during pollen release, that's how you turn a pollinator lifeline into a kill zone. So hemp isn't the villain, but careless management can harsh the hive's mellow real fast. So now, bees don't get high, they don't trip, they don't vibe out on THC clouds, but hemp still matters. It fills late season nutritional gaps. It alters pollen landscapes. It transfers chemistry across ecosystems. The real question isn't, do bees get high? The real question is, what happens when we scale bioactive plants without understanding the downstream system? Because bees don't chase buzz, they chase survival. And ecosystems, they always feel the after effects. Hopefully you've watched all the way through. Thank you. This video debunks about 8 common lies people believe about cannabis and bees. Most notably, that bees get high from THC, that cannabis flowers produce nectar, that THC honey is naturally made by bees, and that cannabinoids intoxicate insects or are why bees visit hemp at all. It also corrects the assumption that hemp pollen is a perfect bee food or that natural hemp farming is automatically harmless to pollinators. At the same time, you should have learned roughly a dozen new things they likely didn't know. That hemp is wind-pollinated, yet still heavily visited for pollen during late season scarcity. That bees forage hemp for protein, not nectar. That bee health and lifespan are tied to nutrition-driven gene expression. That hemp pollen can sustain but not optimize colonies. That cannabinoids can be chemically transferred into hive products without causing intoxication. And that hemp's ecological value depends on timing, scale, and farm management. Make sure to share this video with someone who likes honey and to like, comment, and subscribe for more.